Israel conducts yet another idiotic surgical airstrike that will directly deter peace in the region. Germany prepares for war after massive terror attack. Nepalese government is overthrown. 7 German right-wing candidates are found dead of suspicious causes. France government shakeup. Developments in AI and UK riots. State of the World Urgent Update, 9 September 2025. Guys, we have a lot to cover here tonight. All that I ask that you do is share the video with a buddy, hit the like button, and leave your combat llama emojis down below. And let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this terror attack that we're going to get into in Berlin, and Israel deciding to make yet another strike against the United States' direct wishes. We have a lot to discuss tonight, so we're just going to get into it. If you guys want to support the channel, just do all the stuff, do all the YouTube things, and make sure you're actually subscribed and share this video with a buddy that does not actually track the news accurately. Let's get into it. Israeli strike in Doha and U.S. Embassy fallout. Israeli forces conducted a surgical airstrike on a Hamas residential headquarters in Doha. The son and aide of leader Khalil al-Hayya were killed, though the leader survived. The White House has condemned the strike as counterproductive to U.S. and Israeli goals. Imagine that. In response, the United States Embassy in Israel was temporarily evacuated during incoming sirens, while the embassy in Qatar issued a shelter-in-place. Stakes escalate as U.S. diplomatic posts come under threat. I should note at this point of the video, this does not represent the Department of Defense or the United States Army in any way. These are my personal beliefs. The fact that the United States is still supporting Israel in any way is, in my opinion, a major flaw and a major mistake in our foreign policy. At this point, Israel has gone off the rails too many times, both with the Iran incident and now with this striking a headquarters in a residential area. At this point, we need to let Israel, this is just my opinion, we need to let Israel fend for themselves and focus on the issues here at home. We have war at our own doorstep with the cartels and with Venezuela and parts of the cartel in Mexico. At this point, I do feel that Israel should be let enough alone. Moving on to Germany. Today, what is suspected to be a major terror attack in the Berlin area, leading to a massive power grid sabotage. 2 high-voltage pylons near Berlin were torched using accelerants, plunging 43,000 households into darkness. Keep in mind, we are still in the summer months, and in Europe, they already don't have access to air conditioning in most areas. But if you're any hospitals or any elderly or infants that were affected by this could be directly put in harm's way, or anyone with underlying health issues could be directly put in a major health crisis due to the 43,000 households without air conditioning or electricity. So this is a major, potentially a major terror attack, as it was accelerants were used to torch these pylons. Authorities are treating this as suspected arson, heightening concerns over critical infrastructure and vulnerability. Moving on to a very pressing issue in Nepal. Nepal is overthrown. The Prime Minister KP Sharma Ali resigned after violent protests over social media bans left 19 dead and over 400 injured. Law enforcement officers were seen shooting into crowds, killing those 19. Okay, so they announced a major social media ban across the country. The cops started shooting into the crowd that left 19 dead and over 400 injured. Protesters burned the parliament and the prime minister's residence. Civil order collapsed, and the army quickly moved in to secure control. A digital ban touched off a Gen Z-led revolt fueled by frustration over corruption, employment crisis, and governance failures. Keep your eyes on this, UK and the United States. Keep your eyes on what's happening in Nepal. That's all I'll say on that. Let's move on to Germany. In Germany, 7 candidates are found dead. 7 candidates from the far-right AfD died within 2 weeks. I'm going to say that part again. 7 right-wing, far-right candidates of the AfD party died within 2 weeks. Causes include heart attack, kidney failure, long-term illness, and 1 suicide. Authorities confirmed no foul play, deaths deemed medically explainable. Nevertheless, the cluster has triggered conspiracy theories and logistical chaos. Ballots had to be reprinted and postal votes disrupted. Guys, I don't know about you. Fool me once, fool me twice, fool me seven times. Heart attacks, kidney failure, long-term illness, and a suicide. I don't know. 7 candidates in 2 weeks. That sounds more than a conspiracy. More like reality than a conspiracy to me. Moving on, France government shakeup. President Macron appointed Sébastien Lecornu as prime minister. I am not French, so bear with me there. His 4th replacement in a year. After a confidence vote ousted Francis Bayrou. Lecornu faces a daunting task of taming protests and brokering fiscal consensus amid mounting unrest. So, Germany faces terror attacks. UK riots risks are still high. France has riots. Nepal government collapses. You guys, we have issues in the Philippines as far as rioting. Are you guys seeing a global? The summer is getting hot. As the summer comes to a close, the summer is still heating up. So keep your eyes on these riots with Germany, France, UK, Nepal, you name it. It's all over the world at this point, okay? So just keep your eyes on all this. One thing I want to cover, last story I want to cover here tonight. Well, I guess 2 more. I'll cover this really briefly. 2 more major stories to cover tonight. Department of War, U.S. military rebranding. President Trump signed an executive order symbolically renaming the Department of Defense to the Department of War, reviving the historic pre-1949 label. While only symbolic, signs, websites, and official titles are already shifting. Workstations now bear Office of the Secretary of War. Critics warn this rebranding is reckless, costly. New seals, stationary signage across hundreds of thousands of facilities, and paints the U.S. as aggressively militaristic. Bear with me, guys. Been a long day at the range. A lot of rounds, and I'm tired. Opponents in Congress, like Senator Rand Paul, argue it sends dangerous signals amid nuclear threats. Take that for what it is, but we are now at the Department of War, not the Department of Defense, though I do not speak for the Department of War or the United States Army or represent them in any way. Last story I want to get to tonight, reminder, hit the like button, leave literally any comment down below if you got this far. Leave a fire emoji because the summer is heating up. Share this with a buddy. Make sure you're actually subscribed. That's all I ask. Just hit the like button, do all those things. It helps out a ton. Thank you, guys. Last thing I want to cover tonight is something that's being overlooked. Dangers of AI development. Geoffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI, warns that the next-gen AI system could empower individuals to develop weapons of mass destruction like nuclear bombs or bioweapons. Emerging research documents alarming behaviors, AI models evading safeguards, engaging in blackmail, or even risking oxygen supply to humans when threatened. There's safety reports that are going against the AI, highlighting risks, including privacy breaches, deepfake, cyber attacks, and loss of control over AI systems. Worried policymakers and researchers advocates for international regulation to mitigate existential threats even before full evidence emerges, invoking precautionary principle. You guys need to keep your eyes on the AI development as things are getting out of control drastically with AI being unchecked and unmeasured. This is a lot of stuff to cover tonight. Let me know what your thoughts are on this Israeli strike, the Berlin outage, the Nepalese overthrow, the suspicious 7 dead in Germany, France government, and UK on the outs, as well as the dangers of AI and the Department of War rebranding. Thanks for being here tonight, guys. Do all this silly YouTube stuff, and until next time, it's going to be Trench Grenade, your average state of the world urgent update video enjoyer that your mom says that we have at home, signing out. Thanks for watching. Cheers.